Guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to bring in a SketchUp model to use as a design item or an appliance or such. Now it is pretty straightforward and pretty simple to do. The first step, of course, being is to get a SketchUp file to use. Now you can use any design software that can export SketchUp files to design them yourselves, or you can either check on the SketchUp 3D warehouse to download existing SketchUp models to use. Now, to import SketchUp models into Cabin Vision to use, the first thing that we're going to be doing is opening up a new blank job in Cabinet Vision. You don't have to design anything in the job. The only thing that we're going to be needing is this Utilities button, Import SketchUp Model. From here, I can go and import pretty much any SketchUp file that I need. Doesn't matter what version of SketchUp file it is. So I'm just going to bring in a zinc as an example just to show you guys how easy it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this Andano 8180U and I'm going to open it up. Here it'll show me the example of the zinc that I'm going to be bringing in. Now, very importantly for this, we are going to want to design our models on size as what they should be already, but you can go and modify the sizes afterwards as well. I'll show you how to do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and I'm going to allocate a part type to it. Now this is very important because if your part type isn't allocated correctly, this item won't function as it's intended. So what I'm going to do is in these schedules, I can go and select the corresponding part type that I want. Now for zincs and such, that anything that basically falls under an appliance, I'm going to go to room, which will give me all of these options that I need. And I'm going to say it is an appliance. Okay. I will be saving it as a zinc when I save this into my catalog. So what I can do now is I can go and say save, and then it's going to prompt me to select a save location. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a name. I'm just going to give this example zinc, and I'll make the description the same. What I can do now is I can assign my preserves if I need to, but for these you do not need to do that. I can go and select the icon that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and select the zinc. And then importantly, I'm going to go to advanced. And here I can now go and select under the appliances that I want this to be a zinc. Now it's incredibly important to select the correct type here. Because for instance with the sinks, if you do not select the sink type, it won't add the cutout into your countertops when you place your zinc. So it's important that you always make sure that your type corresponds to the model that you brought in. What I can do then is I can go here to placement and I can go and say I want this to place horizontally on a wall, stretching on width, height, and depth. If these aren't selected, you won't be able to modify the sizes. And then vertical placement, I'm going to go ahead and say I want this on my countertop or under counter. Preserves, I can go and assign a couple of extra preserves, but this won't have an effect on my models that I bring in. And then I can just go ahead and say OK, and I can select then where I want to save it. For now, I'm just going to add it under Man-Made Cabinetry, and I'm going to go ahead and say OK. Once it's saved, I can now go and exit that, and then I can go ahead and bring in my model. So I'm going to go here, there's my sink, and I can then drag and drop it where I need it. There it's placed where my countertop would be, and I can still go and modify my sizes. So I can go and say make it 300 wide and make it 500 deep. There you go. Now it's as simple as that for pretty much anything that you want to bring in, whether it be a chair, a table, a bed, a zinc, an oven, or a fridge, or however. Main important things is to design them on the correct sizes and allocate the correct part type that they need to be. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.